Right. Jason Kerr, Somerset head coach, 317 for 6 after being put in. You must be pretty pleased with that day's cricket.
Absolutely. I think, look at the characteristics of the wicket. There were still things happening when Craig and Archie were there at the end. So to still have wickets in the shed, an opportunity to go even bigger tomorrow. It's been a great day.
And runs all down the order, really. Tom Lallenby with 60, James Roux batting beautifully, Tom Abel battling away out there when the wicket was at its most difficult, and then Archie Vaughan showing huge potential with his career best score for Somerset.
Yeah, he played brilliantly. He's obviously had a tough time at the top of the order, so we've made a decision to change that, and it's worked brilliantly. It gave him an opportunity to bat in a different position, and the partnership he had with Abes and then Craig there has left us in a really good position.
You mentioned the pitch. What's your assessment of it? How did it behave today, and how do you think it's going to develop over the next couple of days?
I think we've seen. I think it's a really good cricket wicket. The ball's gone past the bat numerous times today, and if you miss, there's opportunities to score. So I think from that point of view, it looks like it's going to be a really good cricket wicket. And then historically, we've seen it's likely to get better and better. The weather's set fair, so hopefully that plays a part. But the reality is, Taunton's a really good surface, and as the heavy roller has an impact, I'm sure it'll get better to battle.
Now, there was a sort of gasp of surprise went round the county ground this morning when Lewis Gregory and Josh Davey walked out to open the innings. So that was one change. Then James Roux moving up to number 4 and Archie Vaughan moving down to number 7. What's the thinking behind this new batting order for Somerset?
There's lots. I think the reality is we haven't been playing well enough as a group, first and foremost. Secondly, it's about trying to pick the best 11 to win the game of cricket, and then trying to put those pieces together to fit. So there's lots of, ingredients that have gone into that. With Lewis, he's unable to bowl in this game, so he's carrying a niggle. Obviously playing brilliantly in great form, so we wanted him in the team, and also has led the team brilliantly. Archie's found it really difficult at the top of the order. And young players, we've got to really look after them. We know that he's a player of incredible high potential, but what I don't want to do is make the game incredibly difficult for him. So the opportunity to play him as an all-rounder, give him an opportunity to play a role with the ball as well. Sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. And similar with Josh, we needed to play 4 seamers on this surface. We know that it's going to improve, and to fit him into the team, we need to get him at the top of the order. He's demonstrated already this year how capable he is with a bat, and he's really confident, and he did a brilliant job for us today.
And James Roux moving up from 6 to number 4, is that a reflection of his selection for England?
I think it's more a reflection of how good a player he is. He's played incredibly well. He is aspirational, and we want him to fulfil his potential. And I think we always had the intention to gradually move him up the order, and it felt actually the time's right now. He's incredibly confident. He's obviously had a few days away with England in their training environment, so there's no better time to do it.
Do you see his future as a wicketkeeper batsman or as a top order batsman, pure and simple?
I think for us, ultimately he's a wicket-keeper batsman. I think in international cricket that may change, but I think he's incredibly capable as an individual, and I think it's about how they carry themselves mentally off the field. And I could back James anywhere, and he'd be able to manage himself with the demands of that, whether it's with the gloves or with the bat. So it's about doing what's right for him as an individual and his aspirations, but more importantly, what's right for the team.
Gregory and Davey, a fairly obvious opening bowling partnership. They're going to be a long-term opening batting partnership, or is this a one-off?
Look, anything's possible. I think my philosophy is not changing, and you pick the best 11 to try and win that game of cricket. And as I say, with Lewis playing as well as he is, not able to bowl currently with a little niggle, and having him in the team, he's really confident, playing brilliantly. That fitted. So that may continue, it may not. I think what we have to do is get to the end of this game first and foremost, and see what availability is like. I wouldn't say it's a long-term strategy, but again, it's about opportunity and people taking it. Josh Davey demonstrated today that he's got the game to open the batting against the new ball.